Well, after pretty well 2 days of trying to grind galv off where it shouldn't have been, Shano is pulling up the driveway with the boat trailer and I'm so excited. Here is one completed boat trailer.
Mostly complete.
Yeah.
Galvanised anyway.
Big step done.
Yeah.
After a nightmare couple days.
Yeah, a lot of mucking around.
So, what's the plan of attack from here?
Well, I need you to go get longer U-bolts because I want to put the extra leaf in, but I haven't got U-bolts, so
Oh,
you're gonna have to go do that for me.
I'm going for a trip into town.
Yeah.
Yep, cool. But
so
yeah, so we're putting an extra leaf in. Hey?
extra leaf to give it a bit more support, and then I'm just gonna run the cables through the chassis now for the tail lights.
And then bolt everything back on.
Yeah, bolt these on properly. Bolt the rollers and stuff on. Yeah, put all the boxes on. Just make it, look like a trailer. Get it ready for registering, I suppose.
No, I had to actually call the Department of Transport because when you look on their website about registering, it says it has to have a like a VIN plate with a VIN plate number and manufacturer. And Shane's like, well, I'm the manufacturer. Like, who do I put on then? So yes, it turns out it will just say Shane's name on it as the manufacturer. And then they give you a VIN number and a VIN plate when you go to register it. So handy tip for anyone that has made their own trailer and is going to be going to, this is in Queensland, by the way, could be different anywhere else. But you even, don't forget you've even got to put on like your recommended tire pressures and everything. So just make it up, I guess.
Just what you'd run in a car, I suppose, I don't know. It's a light truck tyre, so it's, just write what's on the tyre actually. It's written there, someone's done it for me.
Oh, there you go. Problem solved. All right, well, I best go into town and get some U-bolts. Where am I going?
Right. All of the problems.
Oh, are you having another problem today?
Oh, it just took me ages to get that hub off because obviously I didn't sand that one enough. The bearing was stuck on.
Oh no.
So, yeah, probably have to sand it more.
You got it off though?
Yeah, many hammers and persuasions. These are the regular brake magnets, which they give you.
Oh, is that what you're replacing?
Yeah, because they got off-road ones, which are apparently, there they go. They're a different design here, so they don't wear out here. I don't know.
Have you got the other ones? They're over there, aren't they?
Yeah, there's one over there somewhere.
Okay, double. What's the difference?
So this one's held on with a clip, which is a clip I just popped off. These have got, there's a rubber band. These have got the single slot and the poly, so I think it's just the vibrations are rattling around. So I think this one has more movement because it's got different grooves, and this has got the poly as a bit of an insulator, I think. I don't know why they don't just sell them like that in general. Like,
seems a bit weird, hey?
well, you know, people use these on the road, but there's dirt roads all over the country, just sell them with that. That's my feedback to you, Alco.
So Shane's still working on that leaf spring. She's been a bit of a tough job. Thought you were going to be noisy then, rude. So my next job that Shane has decided to do is we're going to put some rubber in between here so that it's not metal on metal rubbing.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a thing or not. I just thought it was a good thing, so I'll just do that. Give it a bit
Do you reckon it will still bolt down okay? Will that not? Will it?
Yeah, it'll just squash it. That's fine.
Okay.
Just as a bit of a bush. I don't know. It probably won't make any difference, but
Better to be safe than sorry. I think I did a pretty good job.
Not finished yet.
No. How are you going with your wires?
Yeah, good, I think.
Cool, so we got a bit done yesterday. It actually, as we're finding with everything, took us longer than we thought to do certain things. I think I mentioned yesterday we got the wrong side bolts, and then Shane was having a nightmare trying to get the hubs back on and all things like that, but we got majority of it done. All the hinges are back on. All these are on. I've got pretty much all the rollers. I'm missing one. It's somewhere, I've got to find it. So but then the skies have opened up here in Mackay, and apparently it's going to be raining till Wednesday, and it's currently Saturday, and we were hoping to leave by Wednesday. This happened on the Sunshine Coast as we were leaving to come up here as well, just rain non-stop, and it's so much harder to pack up your life when it's raining. But at least now we have a shed to work in on the Sunshine Coast. We've just got like an open area under the house where we used to park the car, and that was a nightmare trying to pack up because it was just so wet. But yeah, so today we're going to get the skids back on. Shane's got some extra like skid slides for the sides that we'll get on. And then I'm going to put the jerry can holders and the battery box back on. And then it's pretty much ready to put the rooftop tent on. And now we're going to have to finish the boat build in the trailer. Because at the moment, I don't know if you can see that, but the boat is over there behind the rooftop tent, filling up with water in the rain. So the plan was to build it over there, but now it's going to have to be done in the boat and avoid the rooftop tent. But yeah, so let's hope we get all of that done today.
What do you want to listen to today?
Something dreamy. I was enjoying that Don't Lemon playlist yesterday.
Dreamy?
Yeah. What about Smarty Monkey?
Dreamy? We're working.
Yeah, doesn't mean we can't be relaxed whilst we're working.
We can't be dreaming while we're working. Oh, that's yeah, good advert for Club Full of Hawk, so.
Kind of show your dentures.
Yeah, no dentures, no artificial limbs, wigs. All this is fair enough.
The no phones thing is a stitch up though. I guess I'd.
No.
Like, let's be real. I'm always going to have my phone in my pocket.
Yeah, that's a perfect place to lose it.
You're the one that loses phones, not me.
Yeah, well look, I mean if you just had a normal phone that wasn't super expensive, you wouldn't have to worry about losing $1,000. whatever.
We're not about to create beautiful content with a $400 Oppo.
Absolutely. Anyway, you distracted me. So you can upgrade it, basically. There was something else I was going to say. Yeah, if it's over $1,000, you just have to specify. So we can
Specify the fridge.
over 1,000, yeah. So whatever's over 1,000 we specify. Otherwise, we just choose a little bit. Choose a bit and pay all the money.
Good work, Shane.
So like everything, there's a proper way to do things. And if you don't know, Google it. Apparently vinegar dissolves galvanised. I mean, it would have been overly practical to carry a big bucket of vinegar with me to the gal yard for that, but for this, apparently give it an hour or so and it'll strip it all back. Silent spray. Alright, so what I'm going to try and do here is basically make a better, easier, neater system for the winch controller, boat winch that is. So this is the controller that it comes with, which is extremely large and obnoxious.
So I'm going to go ahead and hit pause there. Shano ended up filming some really great content on switching from this huge, obnoxious yellow remote to some winch remote buttons that are actually on the boat trailer. So I've gone ahead and made a separate video for that, which will come out next week. And once it does, I will put a link in the bio below so you can go and watch that separate video. For now, let's carry on with getting the boat trailer back together. Oh, that was one press. So we're finally up to the point where we're putting the rooftop tent on, which is very exciting. I mean, it feels like for like the 10 millionth time we're putting the rooftop tent on. This is the last time we're putting on, yes. So Shano's just tweaking and doing the little things now. And then after that is the boat. Then after that's just the finishing touches to get it registered. Like the reflective strips and little things like that. So all the things we've forgotten. We're sure we're going to rock up Department of Transport and they were like, you guys are heads. You have missed so many things. I am head.
Yeah, it's supposed to be on the other side. Because the holes on that side.
I did my holes wrong.
Oh, hang on.
No, they were on the inside before.
No, you're right, you don't dickhead. Sorry, I do it.
This is what I have to cop all the time. Anyway, we'll show you when it's all done and the rooftop tent's on. Because at the moment we're having a bit of a problem with this little guy. I want to slot in. He's fine when the struts aren't on, so we think at the moment the struts are providing a lot of...
You're pushing it this way.
Yeah, it's a lot of forward force.
And then put the weight back on it to settle it when it's closed. Measurement theory.
We're hoping. So we're going to, once the tent's bolted on, we're going to lift it up and then lower it back down again. And then get the boat on, which is now probably about 3 times heavier than it should be because it's been raining in it all day and it's full of water.
Lifts it up.
So our plan to see if the tent going on would weigh down the frame to go the guiding legs in did not work. So we're trying to work out why. So for some reason, since we've had it galvanized, this is not sitting where it should be. And we've just noticed at the back, it's like really, really close together on this side, but then on this side there's a big gap. So we don't really know why that's happening. And it's like we're so close to being done with it now. So we can get on with other stuff to get on the road. And it's just, feels like nothing's really working as it should right now. We'll go problem solving and see if we can fix it. Well, we've got to fix it. So we kind of basically gave up on the legs. Like Shane spent ages putting spacers in and washers and trying to get it all tweaked. Turns out I hadn't done all the bolts at 100% on the frame. That's what you get for having an apprentice. Apparently it's hard to get good help nowadays. So yeah, we just sacked off the legs because it was just like we managed to get this one lined up, but then that one wasn't fitting, which makes no logical sense. And then Shane tightened this corner one tiny bit and it just threw this side out completely. So we should still be able to shut it and clamp it down. And then Shane just puts a pinch weld on so it's not metal rubbing on metal. So that's pretty well one of the last things. Shane's just doing the ando plugs. Are you doing the ando plugs?
No, just the trailer plug.
Oh, the trailer plug. I bet you didn't think putting everything back together again after galvanizing was going to be the hardest part.
No.
I think we're on our 3rd or 4th day of trying to put it all back together again. Yeah, we underestimated it. So, it's definitely not perfect. We didn't get the top lined up perfectly, but we've got our switches clamping down. I think we're just going to leave it as that. As long as it's down and it stays down, we're just like, screw it. Like, we've been working on this trailer now for pretty well 2 months. It was meant to take a month. So I think both of us are pretty keen just to go sit on a beach, drink beers and fish. So what if she's not absolutely perfect? She's homemade. But yeah. Good morning.
G'day.
What is this we have here, Shane Ivory?
A completed trailer.
Are you ready to set her on fire yet?
No, I've come back around to liking it again. Now that it's done. Yeah, ready to roll. Just have to get it registered and yeah, that's pretty much it. It's ready to go.
Hopefully registering it is not too much of a problem. We were trying to have a look at the rules and stuff last night, thinking we should probably have looked at those before we built the trailer.
Definitely.
There's a part of the because you can self-certify it, because this is in Queensland, because it's under 750 kilos. Yeah. But as part of that self-certification, they were asking about lengths of stuff, and there was one that we were like, ooh, not really sure, but looking at it. So what it basically says is the length between the axle and the rear of the trailer must be equal or less to the length between the axle and midway between the axle and the drawbar, which is definitely fine. But I think we both read it wrong at first last night and thought that it had to be equal or less at the tow bar end, and we were like, oh shit. But no, we had it wrong.
Yeah, it's just so it's balanced right, which I don't see why you'd ever build a trailer like that. You would have had to have the axle up here.
I'm sure there's some idiots out there in the world that have tried to register a trailer like that.
Well, that'd be like a wheelbarrow backwards.
Cool. So just to basically, yesterday was a bit of a nightmare of a day. We just really could not get those legs to line up no matter what we did, and we don't know really why that's gone wrong, where that's gone wrong. Well, Shane thinks maybe because when he originally tacked the legs back on, because we took them off at one point, we didn't have everything 100% bolted down at that point. So we think that's something we've learned for next time. But Shane was debating about whether having the legs or not. It's just a bit annoying because obviously now we've cut them off. You've technically exposed the non-gal area. So Shane, if you can see, has touched it up. But
yeah, it'll be fine. It's not ideal, but you can't win them all.
You're not a fabricator.
Yeah, should be right.
Now the car is making a funny noise. So that's what Shane's gonna do today. Let's hope it's nothing major on the car. I'm gonna go ahead and pause it there again. She'll be right. That's what we hear Shane say at the end there, and he could not have been more wrong. So if you're interested in finding out why we still haven't left on our big lap of Australia 2 months later, hit the subscribe button and hit the notifications bell so you never miss a video. Thanks guys, see you next week.